The Seed House is Albert's main workplace. What does Albert say about Hamish? Who is Margaret White? The young lady who studies with me. Physically sometimes helps the greenhouses. She wanted to work at the Seed House. Small greenhouse across. Cannot say your father didn't like his father. What would you please tell us about Martin Hamish, the Deputy Director? Well, I'll have to tell you that Mr. Hamish is not and has never been the Deputy Director of Kew Gardens. My father would not have tolerated it. Indeed, that was most interesting. He told us that he was. Yes, because he believes that the management should be passed down to him now that my father is dead, but in actual fact, Mr. Hamish only has the honor of being the garden's longest-serving employee. Well, he's also quite a good gardener. In fact, if we were to think logically at all, it should be me who takes over the management of Kew Gardens. Do you not have a good relationship with Mr. Hamish? I suppose so, but we have very little in common. Mr. Hamish loves his plants in Kew Gardens, and I cannot say that I share his passion. No, I think they hate each other. Because the Hamish and Albert, they hate each other, I think. Alright, so I'm gonna take a stab at it. I'm gonna say that White did it. And that the cylinder is fake. Wait, Hamish did it alone? Martin Hamish committed the murder alone. He loathed Montaigne Dunn because of his treatment of Hamish's father. Hamish had enough time to lock Dunn in and activate the ventilation fan from his workplace. He didn't. I don't think he did. I think White was involved. Oh, that... Okay, that destroys it for some reason. Alright. Okay, I'm gonna say this. Miss White is a dangerous woman very capable of carrying out an elaborate murder for monetary gain. She flirted with Dunn's son Albert and later pushed Martin Hamish to suicide. She deserves the rope. Miss White is a desperate woman in debt, resigned to consorting with wealthy gentlemen. When Dunn said cast her aside, she killed him in desperation. But she's no longer in debt, like she has a box full of jewelry. Okay, I'm gonna condemn her. I think this is correct. I might be wrong. We'll find out if this is correct. So, and by doing this, we are saying that the game is lying to us about that cylinder. That the cylinder doesn't... It's a long cylinder, yes, but we didn't hear the date and time. So we can't be sure that it was recorded on the day of the murder. Like, the only person who told us that is her. Is the suspect. So that could have been a lie. I guess this is basically testing whether the game lies to us or not.
But Holmes, how can you be certain that we'll find Miss White here?
It is obvious, Watson. Just use your brain.
I am using it. I do use it.
Now that the rope has tightened around Martin Hamish, Miss White must act to erase all traces of her implication. After the suicide of her accomplice, there is one final trace remaining: the deadly plants of the Divine Syndicate. She will be there.
Very good. Shall we go?
Just one moment. Now listen to me, Watson. I shall see her alone. You will conceal yourself behind her, quietly.
Whatever are you planning?
Nothing spectacular. The impulses of women have always been a mystery to me, but she is a bold one. and so we must be cautious.
All right. You can count on me, Holmes.
Alright, we're gonna count on Watson.
Mr. Holmes, good day to you.
You do not seem surprised, Miss White.
Well, I was expecting you.
Not for too long, I believe. So please tell me, as it is still unclear, who planned the murder? Was it you?
You were wrong, Mr. Holmes.
It was Martin Hamish, then. You managed to convince him to take on a more prominent role.
You could not be further from the truth.
You think that you can fool me?
You don't care what I think.
It is difficult to care about someone who is capable of pushing a man to his suicide. It is over, Miss White. The police will be here any minute.
Over, perhaps. One moment you were here, and the next, you were on the other side.
The other side? No! Stop!
Quick time events. Quick time. Step forward.
I beg you not to do this, Miss White.
Don't come any closer.
Oh, she's trying to kill herself.
Please remain calm. We can help you.
Not one step further. Don't try to stop me.
Stop this foolishness. You cannot truly want to die.
No, it's too late.
Get wrecked. What does that mean? Did she do it?
Well done, Watson. She was not faking.
Miss White, you have no right to take your own life.
Dr. Watson? Did you just save me? Or worse?
Was that correct? Oh, I also want to check. I forgot to check the letters. I want to see what happened to the last guy, to the sailor. Space. I got it right. I got it right, guys. Yes, I got it right. Miss White is a dangerous woman, very capable of carrying out an elaborate murder. When she realized that she was unable to make any further monetary gain from Montaigne Dunn, she advanced her affection to Albert, his son. She was the one who locked the door of the colonial collection room directly after Hamish released the caterpillars, and then pushed Martin Hamish to a suicide only to cover herself. So the game does lie to you. Like the clue, the game said that the cylinder, the recording cylinder, was long enough to prove that she was in the lab the whole time, but the game lies to you because she wasn't. The recording cylinder didn't have a timestamp on it, so it doesn't prove that that it was from that day at all. Before we do anything else, I know I'm probably wasting time here. Anyway, I want to see what happens if we let her go. I'm not gonna let her go. I'm not gonna let her go because this murder is not justified, right? There's no justifying this murder at all from either of them. She doesn't need to murder him. She has the jewels. She could just run away and sell the jewels, and she'll be a rich person. So I want to, first of all, go back to my apartment and read the letter to find out what happened to the sailor last time. I can't believe I forgot that. Because we condemned him. But I said that, I condemned him, but I said that I would trust the judicial system to absolve him, right, and to acquit him because he killed the old man in self-defense. So instead of us choosing not to turn him in, we would turn him in, he would go to trial, and then he would be judged lightly because it was in self-defense against a man who was attacking the woman, right? So we're going to find out if the story plays out that way or not, or if the story just hangs him for no good reason. Again, it's testing whether we can trust the story, to do what we think is right, and it's quite. And given that the cylinder thing, well, we couldn't trust the story, so I don't know. Let's see this. Lestrade's guesswork. Mr. Holmes, I'm writing to inform you that the affair at the Abbey Grange, which took place almost half a year ago now, still resonates deeply in high society and remains the subject of much gossip. This case's romantic background has attracted many suitors who show willing to shelter and take pity on Lady Brackenstall, but to this day she still serves her sentence with her maid Teresa and has rejected all offers of help. To be truthful, I suspect the true motivation of these suitors may well be related to Sir Eustace's title and money. What do you think, Mr. Holmes? She's still in prison? She's in prison for self-defense? I guess she's in prison for perjury and lying about it. I don't know. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I would have let her go then if that was the case. Or I would have let both of them go if that were the case, because I guess she's perjury. I guess conspiracy and perjury, I guess. Well, whatever it is. I mean, it shouldn't be a long sentence. Maybe. I don't know. Like, they're not in prison for murder, are they? That doesn't tell us... Actually, that doesn't really tell us anything. It doesn't really tell us anything. Alright. So, do I really want to see what happened on the other side? Miss White is a desperate woman in debt, resigned to consorting with wealthy gentlemen. When Dunn cast her aside, she killed him in desperation. Why is she desperate? She's not desperate. There's nothing desperate about her situation. She has his jewels. Literally. What's desperate about it? Anyway, I can't trust this game to do the right thing because they put her in the last case, they put her in prison for self-defense. Like we literally can't trust the game to do the right thing. Although did they conspire to murder him? Like, was it really self-defense or was it planned out? Because it was pretty elaborate. They had them pretend to steal the silverware. It was pretty elaborate. I don't know. Look, if there's domestic abuse, just go to the police with domestic violence claims. Don't murder your husband.
How?
It is. Now.
Very good.
Just one.
What?
Nothing
All right.
Alright, so we choose to let her go and see what happens.
Mr. Holmes, good day to you.
You do not seem surprised, Miss White.
Well, I was expecting you.
Not for too long, I believe. So please tell me, as it is still unclear, who planned the murder? Was it you?
You were wrong, Mr. Holmes.
It was Martin Hamish, then. You managed to convince him to take on a more prominent role.
You could not be further from the truth.
You think that you can fool me?
You don't care what I think.
I am not blaming you, Miss White. You are a young and brilliant woman, trapped in a dull and hostile world. Life has never been easy, men in particular.
You... It is hopeless.
Indeed. Well, it may be true that I cannot yet change the world, but I can spare your life.
My life. There is nothing left to save. I have lost everything. Do you hear me? Everything!
No, you haven't.
And you. You were just like all the others. You would abuse and take advantage of a vulnerable woman.
I hardly think so. Now just listen to me.
I've tried so hard. but I have had enough.
Miss White, no!
That doesn't make any sense. Can I just let her kill herself? That doesn't make any sense. You literally have a box of jewels in your locker.
I beg you not to do this, Miss White.
Don't come any closer.
There's nothing desperate about your situation. This makes no sense.
Please remain calm. We can help you.
Not one step further. Don't try to stop me.
Stop this foolishness. You cannot truly want to die.
No, it's too late.
Well done, Watson. She was not faking.
Miss White, you have no right to take your own life.
Dr. Watson? Did you just save me? Or worse?
It plays out the same way. It plays out the same way. It plays out the same way. No, anyway, we're gonna condemn her. We're not gonna let her go. We're not gonna let her go because she's not that desperate. She has a bunch. She literally has a box of gems in her locker. This game is whack. The end of the last case was whack. Like the fact that they got into prison for self-defense. That's whack. And now this is also whack. Anyway, we're gonna condemn her because it's not worthy of murder. The other case is when we let them go. Like, if the murder is justified, and by murder is justified, it means that you are under the threat of death, and therefore you had to protect yourself by killing them. That's the only situation where killing a person is actually justified. To save yourself or to save someone else. Like in the cases where I'm condemning them, they are not in a life-threatening situation when they kill the other person. Although I guess the last case, you could argue that it was, but
But Holmes,
not
how
quite.
can...
Alright, let's just get through all this.
What? No.
I don't agree about how these things are resolving. I don't agree with the way the story is being told.
You...
Well-
Not... So... It... You...
You...
It... The... I beg you not to do this, Miss White.
Don't come any closer.
Please remain calm. We can help you.
Not one step further. Don't try to stop me.
What if we let her die?
Stop this foolishness. You cannot truly want to die.
No, it's too late.
And Holmes.
Well...
Alright, well this is the end of that case. We solved everything. Accept decision. Oh, amazing. Wait, 91% solved the case the same way? That was a pretty complex case. But apparently most people managed to solve it completely. And 75% made the same moral choice. So I guess that's also... I guess like my reasoning, most people have a similar line of thought, is that whatever was happening, it didn't justify killing them. I really don't agree with how the last case turned out. I guess if I knew, I would have chose the other way. But that's like choosing from two fictional situations that I don't believe in. Like I don't find it plausible, is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, she murdered him when there was no justification for murdering him, and so there you go. Alright, so I guess I will end the recording here, and when we come back in the next video, more cases. The next one is a Half Moon Walk. Alright, I'll see you there. Let's just make sure that we get out of this and not get spoiled by anything. Just gonna press escape and quit to main menu as
Where are you?
fast as I can. Alright, done. Alright, I'll see you.